name is Dovey Wan. She is also an advisor for Theta. They were named because they were getting funded by the CCP. Mayor of Beijing showed up for the groundbreaking. That's in the 301 report. And then...
Who's got some explaining to do?
The guy who founded it, Chinese dude, he mysteriously died 12 days, it was 12 days after the report came out.
Oh, wow.
And then Ali rebranded it into fucking something else, but if you all notice, they Theta list DHVC, but DHVC doesn't really exist anymore.
This week episode is brought to you by None of Secret Supply of Sauce, the best sauce known to mankind and available on shelf anywhere. Even when the freezer is full of sauce, there is still no sauce for you. You want some of Nona's sauce? Too bad, only Nona Decider gets the sauce.
This week's episode is brought to you by dreams, like buying Bitcoin at $250. I didn't do that. I just accidentally moved into a house with 14 crypto bros in 2015 who were doing that. It was called the Crypto Castle. It was literally on Google Maps. There was one bathroom and a master tenant who called everyone plebeian. Vitalik came through while building Ethereum. He ate a lot of dates and followed me on Twitter. The master tenant said that was his way of flirting. I lived there for 4 years. Instead of investing, I journaled about the house. Then I made a comedy show about it. It's called The Crypto Castle. If you've ever been around early crypto, you'll probably recognize someone. All episodes are now streaming on YouTube at The Crypto Castle Show.
Popping and locking, Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Max Podcast.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to Season 4. I don't know what episode of the Zilly Award-winning Papa Mags. How you doing?
Oh, man, we haven't had an episode in 2 weeks. You know that, Popper?
It feels like it's been a while since I had the pleasure of speaking with you, too, yeah.
So not only do I owe the Blaze episode, I owe the Pickin' Pines episode.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I didn't get it out 2 weeks ago.
Come on, man. Why are we even recording right now if you got to get on those intros?
It's tough. It's the busy time of year for me. Oh, my God.
The pollen season is tough, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, my God. Dude, I'm going to assume... So we have... Okay, hear me out. So should this be the last episode of Season 4? We'll just say...
Yeah, let's do that.
Because here's the thing. So I think I saved 49 and 51 for those 2 episodes. And then we can make this 52.
All right, perfect.
Okay, so episode 52.
Ending Season 4 strong here.
Yeah. Yep.
So how you been?
Oh, man. Dude, it's been wild. I've been meaning to get this one straight to you, but have you or your son maybe? Because I know he's very YouTube savvy, right?
Yeah.
You guys both watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, with him.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this character named Reckless Ben?
I have not. No.
Okay, I haven't before last week, but he seems like he's like a pretty big YouTuber.
Okay.
And did you hear anything about this Lego bricks and minifigs $200,000 stolen Star Wars Legos thing?
Oh, I did see like a thumbnail of it, but I didn't click.
So today is June 1st, 2026. We should have this out by the June 2nd. I was going to say American June 2nd. But I mean, dude, Reckless Ben put out part 2, and he's got a Patreon where I guess part 3 is out, but part 2 will get you caught up to speed on fucking everything, and it is shocking.
Really?
Yeah, and so since part 2 was released on the YouTube, the American Forks Police Department they had their police chief, because they've been harassing Ben. I mean, it's fucking wild. And so he had to flee to Mexico because they locked him up, and then a judge said, "No, this is ridiculous. Don't lock him up." And then apparently he called and they said, "Oh, there's a warrant out for his arrest." and he has to go to jail and wait for his court date.
Wow.
Instead, so he like went to Mexico, but he's just basically like, right. You have the gist, right? There was this guy. His dad bought these Star Wars Legos in the early 2000s and onward because he liked them, and
Yeah.
apparently it was worth somewhere near like $200,000, which I believe because the collectible market is insane right now.
Sure.
So, anyways, so there's this apparently a franchise store called Bricks and Minifigs, and they sell Legos, which is not shocking. But apparently, there was this owner, and she did a consignment deal with the guy. So, well, actually, with that guy's son. So, the guy that bought the Star Wars Legos since like the early 2000s, his son took his dad's Legos in for a consignment deal because his dad became sick and needed money for hospital and medical expenses. So, just, so that's, dad's more important than these figures. Let's take dad's figures and, they're actually worth something. So
Yeah.
he signed a consignment deal with this lady who operated this one out of this Bricks and Minifig store in Oregon. So, she's the owner franchisee, I guess. And so apparently something happened where she wanted to like go to Mexico, or no, she wanted to go to another country or Europe or something. And they used some technicality to basically take her franchise away from her, saying that she owed all this money. And
Oh no.
so then corporate came down, and basically she's explaining that, hey, I have this consignment deal with this individual. Leave. He hasn't been paid out for anything we've sold yet, and he has to get his Legos back, and or whatever. And he's like, oh no, they'll handle the consignment. And then now their policy changed to like they don't do consignment. So effectively, like they just took these Legos.
Wow.
And so then I guess I think it was this Reckless Ben said, "Hey, he's going to help expose this," and so I think they might have had to like because the way it was, they I guess took him to small claims court a bunch of times for like I think they broke. It sounded like they broke up the amounts because they were running into all
Like
these issues, whatever,
per
right?
set or something?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Definitely check out this Reckless Ben video, and
Wow.
this drama is just wild. But and that's not even half of it. So she mentions it. They tell her to pound sand. They have it on video of them, either the person was from corporate and or corporate was on the phone saying no, the new owner will handle it,
Huh.
the consignment stuff. And now they're saying they don't do consignment. So, anyways, okay. Well, I guess we'll explain this, but you can fast forward or check out the real. Please check out the real video, and there's a ton of information. But I would start with Reckless Ben. It's like 44 something minutes. But so okay, so Ben's this, I guess, YouTuber, and he wants to help get this guy's Legos back. So they did that small claims thing. Apparently, they won. Well, then Bricks and Minifigs shut down that store, so he couldn't collect.
Oh.
They shut down the store, so they so then he put in individual lawsuits for the corporate owners of Bricks and Minifig, who are in Utah, the state of Utah,
Yeah.
and 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 basically went down there to serve them papers because now he has to reserve. Now he has to like sue them because they shut down the store. They closed the store down to get out of giving this guy back his Legos. See what I'm saying?
This is unbelievable. Yeah.
That's not even the half of it, dude. So he goes, Reckless Ben, and he's got like a crew, not like just me and you and the interns, like real interns, I guess. But
Yeah.
he goes down with his people, and he hired a well, he went to go serve the papers, and he did a lap because the CEO was out on his phone in front of his house. And then so he does like a lap around the like cul-de-sac, whatever, and then all of a sudden there's police there. American Fork Police Department is
Yeah.
there, and there's a bunch of cars, and they So they see what the heck's going on. So they're just driving by, and even on the audio, they go, "Well, now there's a car. Now there's a police car following us." So they drove up, and Ben's like, "Hey, make sure you stop," and he stops, and the cops pull him over for not stopping all the way. He gets the video footage, and it looks an awful lot like he stopped.
Yeah.
Which is wild because he knew he didn't want any trouble, so they pulled him over. So they pull this car over, so Ben is in the back of the car, the back seat, and they go, "Oh yeah." So he's like, "Oh, what's your name?" And he was like his assistant or whatever. He goes, "Oh, what's your name, Ben?" "Oh, Ben." Like all of a sudden knew all about him, all of a sudden, and then
Yeah.
they got like a bunch of shit for that. So then he realized that there was because he had to serve these papers to get this lawsuit going, right?
Yeah.
And so there's another owner listed on there. So he hires a court, like a paper server or whatever, right? And the female, and she's in the car with him, and then they drive to the other person's house, and he goes up to the door, and he goes up. Actually, this was just a talk. I think he goes up to the door, and then that guy calls the police on him, and they were talking outside a while, and he's recorded everything. Apparently, there's been like they said, "Oh, we'll make sure he gets his stuff back." Like there's all these recordings or whatever. It's wild. We'll just say that he was pulled over multiple times, got a restraining order, and then was told he had to, so he had to serve the guy that put out a restraining order on him. So police came to him like 5 different times or something, 5 separate times while he was waiting to get him because he can't cross there, but that's why he's got the server. And the police and then they go, "Oh, they don't think it's real," and then they said it's fake. And then there's video of them calling Oregon's court or whatever, saying that it's a real thing, and then like they don't think it's been served. And like now they're saying that it was served and then it wasn't because it didn't say the 13th when this thing happened on the 10th.
What the heck?
And they pulled him over for like 2-3 hours, him and another guy who was driving. They said, "Oh, there's heroin in your car," and they searched it for like 2 to 3 hours or something like that. And then they said, "Oh, your eyes are glazy." And he's like, "No, not really." And then, I mean, so these guys, they have really good interns, I think, over there. So
Yeah, sounds like it.
they did like FOIA requests for like the body cam stuff and everything they
Oh.
could. So they have like the video of him stopping at the stop sign. They had an Airbnb, and it's like his whole group or whatever are in this Airbnb. So he gets arrested for sitting outside the house after the police visited him 5 times. Basically said he wasn't doing anything wrong, and then they arrested him. And then I'll just kind of fast forward a little bit because there's so much more detail in this in these videos. But and they said, "Hey," they like stormed they got like a SWAT operation. They got a warrant to look for stolen Legos in their house, and they with guns blazing, they stormed the fucking Airbnb place, the cops. And there's footage of this. And it's funny, there's all this redacted cop chat that would basically like prove to
Yeah.
get what they're saying, and it's all blocked out. So he wants it unredacted. He wants it fully unredacted released, and it's like, "Oh, well, it's because of the victim." And he's like, "Well, everyone knows the victim's name. It's Josh whatever." So anyway, so the one cop like dislocated his shoulder, said don't move, and he moved. Another one was trying to like close his phone. This might have been a different part, but because he goes, "Oh, we're confiscating your phone," so he pulled his phone out, and then he just tried to lock it, and then the cop said, "No, delete, you can't delete evidence," and then snagged it from him, and then arrested him. So that guy got sent to the clink. And then they stormed the house. Oh, so then he's like, "Oh, well, we're not getting anywhere with this lawsuit. Let's do a GoFundMe." And like, it's like, "Oh, I'm Josh and I steal from old people." Was like their store name they came out with, and had his face on it. And they hung a sign and they were doing they go, "Oh, we'll just do a GoFundMe then to get this guy his money." Right.
Uh-huh.
And they hung up a thing, and they got arrested for that, and it wasn't illegal, and they stopped him. But when they stormed the house and they dislocated his arm, they brought there was 5 or 6 of them at least, and they put them in all separate interrogation rooms, trying to whatever. And then because uh, Ben admitted that he he started the GoFundMe, they go, okay, now you're under arrest or whatever. So they kept him in jail for that.
For starting a GoFundMe?
Yeah, for starting a GoFundMe. Apparently,
Okay,
they're like,
wow.
"Hey, that's not allowed."
Wow.
And the other layer is that all these guys are Mormon. Not I'm not trying to make this religious, whatever, but they're all Mormon. They went to BYU, and it's in Utah. And I don't know if you know, Utah's a very Mormon state.
Mhm.
It's probably the most Mormon state, I think. It's just amazing how many times the cops showed up on faulty information with these guys, and then said they were trying to move fast, and run a stop sign, and got pulled over for heroin supposedly, and
Right.
they had no drugs. These guys I've never done a drug in my life. He's like, I haven't even smoked a cigarette. It's just wild. So then on Sunday, it looked like the uh, police department head, the chief over there at American Forks or whatever, was basically saying, "Hey, we're not taking sides," but basically saying that he's full of shit. This Ben, and it's not true. Everything points to the contrary. So it's wild. Pop Mags, we love covering scams.
Yeah.
Whether it be Mitch Lou, Jake Paul, um,
That
so.
goes.
But this, I mean, Popper, you need to watch this.
Yeah, I mean, as you're describing it, I'm like, man, this sounds like there's a cult involved in this.
They even, dude, they basically went to they did some basically they found a picture and it showed what they believed was his church, and so they went to the church and they talked to one of the congregation. It was probably a young 20 something, maybe 19, 20, 18, that age group, whatever. And they basically explained everything that this, brother did, and they don't want, him to go through trouble. And so this kid went to go talk with him. I think he got the police called on him too by this guy because he's trying to save him because he doesn't understand why he's doing something so wrong and stealing from this guy. I mean, that's a thing we've talked about because yeah, they might not be aware of it, but however they seized the company or that franchise in Oregon from the lady, which it seems like there's some shadiness about how they did that.
That was the beginning of the shenanigans, yeah.
Yeah, but and there's something there too. I think she has a lawsuit too against them. But regardless, and them saying, even though it was in their it's in their stuff that they could do consignment, even if it wasn't, if she was the owner of the franchise location, right? Owner
Yeah.
operator, whatever that is, franchisee, whatever, and she did it, even if she was wrong, that's still that guy's stuff.
Yeah. It's not in her
And
inventory.
you don't get to take it. If you take that stuff from her and she's telling you that some of this stuff, they wouldn't let her take inventory. It's on the footage, and there's audio, and it's audio and visual. So just all sorts of shadiness, but it just seemed weird that this police department kept showing up on this. And then the funny thing was, so Ben did a response today about the police chief's video that he put out on Sunday.
Yeah.
And saying that we were called, when those guys got arrested, they were called because that guy said he was going to shoot them, and he goes, "Oh, so murder's okay?" And I get arrested because he calls and says, "Hey, I'm going to shoot this guy, these kids," right? It's
Yeah.
wild. It's absolutely wild. I encourage everyone to check out better content like that.
Crazy.
Get plugged in.
That's wild. I will definitely have to take a look at that. It's funny because I did see that on the thumbnail of recommended videos.
It's I think everyone should. It's just scary how the police operate. They even tell them "Hey, you're not in California," and we do things different out here. Like,
It's like those, it's like the old time movie. It's like My
yeah,
Cousin Vinny, right? Like,
yeah, it's that's some scary stuff. Everyone should have like the same rights under the law, and they shouldn't be targeted by police.
yeah, for sure.
And they shouldn't be, defending the bad people. It seems like it's
Right.
just like one uphill battle after another when this guy just wants his and so now they're complaining like, oh well, like Bricks and Minifigs they're having a bad PR stuff, and they're being told what to say to customers because they're not involved in this dispute, because they're other just franchisees. But I mean, they did this. It was brought up. It's on camera that she mentioned. Like, was it even legal for them to take that? She said, and I don't have the full story from the lady, but she said they basically like ginned something up saying she owed all this money as a reason they could come and just take everything from her. And she explained that she had a consignment with this one individual who hasn't been paid yet for any of the sales and still has a lot of the his stuff there. And they said, oh, the new owners will take over that. And then they closed it down once they lost in court. So they're just trying to get justice, do the right thing.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I think you deserve to I mean, if that's the head of the company is doing that, the whole company deserves, because leadership is, it's like we've talked about like the wine stuff. If the wine stuff was messed up, right? Like, you guys fix
Yeah.
that, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
if it's
you're a
on
company.
your
If
end.
you want, if you don't want reputational damage.
Yeah. Yeah. But I guess it's easier to steal old people's Legos. So, cautionary tale.
Yeah. If you're in it for the short run, then, you go and just do whatever you can to get it as quick as possible,
Yeah. Do you have any are you at liberty to talk about your legal issue?
What legal issue?
This embezzlement?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, apparently not.
No, I mean, listen,
A good deed never goes unpunished. What do they say, Popper? It's got to be your ball.
It's got to be your ball. I mean, here, it's not that I guess I'm kind of in the middle of it, but
Yeah.
it's travel baseball, right? So kind of you have your Little League, and Little League is set up as a 501c3. It's a charitable organization, right? And the sole purpose is to provide a baseball for the community, right? You maintain fields, you buy equipment, you insure, you do all this kind of stuff to run a Little League organization. Little League is only considered, like, the only thing considered for Little League is the actual spring season, which ends with the Williamsport tournament. You ever hear of the Little League World Series?
Yeah.
So that's what this whole thing is about, right? It's the leagues.
I
in
think
each Little League.
because we have like we had West Albany and Westland Hills, and I think Westland Hills actually won a Little League World
No
Series
kidding.
like a million years ago, I think.
Yeah. So the whole point of the Little League is to provide that kind of an opportunity for, you start young and you go up to 12 years old, and every year you have it's a charity. So there's new board members brought in, people graduate out.
Fund members ever brought in? Just bored.
Huh?
They're just bored. No
Yeah.
fun members.
No,
Oh.
no fun in this thing. No, there's a lot of fun, but only when you're on the field, not when you're at the meetings. But anyway, so now outside of that is the bane of a lot of people's existence, which is travel baseball, right? So now our team, I'm not gonna, our Little League has also similarly named travel teams, right? So, but they're not associated with the Little League, other than the fact that they use the same fields. They pay for that field usage because they're using like the chalk and the things like that. And that's really it. The name is similar, just kind of identifies where the home fields are, but there's no direct line affiliation with the Little League. The Little League does not collect the funds for these teams. The Little League doesn't buy the jerseys for them. So everything is kind of ran individually through the coaches, right? So
Okay.
you have a 8U team, 9U, 10U, and U means under, so it's 8 and under, 9 and under, up to 12 and under. And each team has a manager and coaches, and they collectively, they're like, okay, you know, we're going to do 10 games. So that's, you know, how multiply that out by the number of umpires, multiply that out by how many home games you're going to have to pay for the field, how much is the insurance going to cost, how much is the uniforms going to cost, all of that, right? So you come up with a number. It's like, okay, you know, call it $300 a kid, right? All right, $300 a kid. Boom. By the end of the season, basically should be right around break even if you had guessed properly.
Mm-hmm.
Simple enough. But now we have this thing that a lot of these teams like to do, and it's called going to Cooperstown. I don't know if you've
Oh,
ever heard of it.
I've heard of Cooperstown. Yes.
So Cooperstown is not only the Baseball Hall of Fame, but they are also home to probably the largest travel ball tournaments in the country, and teams from all over the country come to Cooperstown, where they actually stay on premise. There's like dorm rooms where these guys stay. It's a week long, I believe, and you get guaranteed a certain number of games, and then there's a tournament at the end of the week, right?
Okay.
So it's like this big, huge ordeal, and it costs a lot. From what I hear, other teams, 30 grand.
Holy
A
mama.
lot, right? So now it gets a little more difficult because if you are looking to get a team together to do that, you want to start fundraising for that prior to that year, right? It's hard.
Sure.
It's easier to fundraise 7 grand a year for 5 years than it is to raise 35 grand in 1 year, right? So apparently one of the teams had started to fundraise for Cooperstown, and the team that was together kind of fell apart for whatever reason, and 11 of the 13 kids,
Is this your team?
nope,
Okay.
11 of the 13 kids went somewhere else. 2 of the 13 stayed, and the person that was in charge of the money was with one of the 2 of the 13 kids. So as the story goes,
13 kids out of how many?
11 out of 13
11 out of
left.
13? Okay.
Yeah.
Seems a little collusion-y.
I
I
so
mean,
it was,
11
but
kids just decide they don't want to play anymore?
no, they went to play for another. They went to another league. So they had reached out to us. They wanted us to create a charity for travel purposes for their team. And I was like, I am not doing that. Like, you guys can do that on your own. Like, why do we as blah, 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 take that out.
Strike that, reverse it.
Why does my little league have to do that, right? So from there, I don't know if they thought there was going to be these kind of issues already, which is why they were looking for a little more clarity on the financial situation, because they had started raising funds. But we told them we're not doing it. You know, we've never done it before. It's always ran through the coaches. So because of that, most of the kids were already outside of our town anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they ended up going to a town that was closer to them, and that had specifically a charity set up for travel organizations. So now, because then the other part of it is, like, you start donating to this team, and you're just giving money to a person, and it's not a charitable donation.
Right.
So it's a little hairy, and I understand their desire for this, but why I didn't see why it needed to rest on my shoulders as the treasurer of the Little League to do all this. I was like, no,
Did we get? Wasn't there allegations of embezzlement?
Well, yeah. So now, so when 11 of the 13 kids left, they wanted a piece of the pie that had been already fundraised for, right? In anticipation of going to Cooperstown. And for whatever reason that I don't know the answer to, the money was not available to give to them. So that's where we sit. It's supposed to have been given to them.
And, one other thing I found weird, and I don't know, maybe I misinterpreted it, because you mentioned some stuff to me, but I didn't get the story till right now.
Yeah.
But so you mentioned how the travel is separate than the
Yeah.
Little League, but then I saw there was the Little League who kind of has nothing to do with the travel. They just rent the
Yeah.
it's just easier to keep their name, and because you're kind of drawn from people in that area anyway. And
Yeah.
then I saw they chimed in with a memo.
Well, no,
about
that was not an official memo. That was something that I wrote up.
Oh,
But but the point, like the reason that the Little League even got involved is because of the optics of it, that the people, the parents of the 11 of the 13 were looking, they reached out to the president of the
it's my
Little
money.
League.
I want it now.
Yeah. By barking at the president of the Little League, and the president of the Little League, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this isn't anything that we do. So he brought it to, the executive committee, and we,
Ah,
try to figure it out. But, you know, they had basically been trying to get the money for a couple months at that point. So they had reached their boiling point, to the point where the parents were reaching out to the president's work phone, like found him at work.
jeez.
So
So moral of the story is, right, if you have kids and
accountability is the moral of the story. Because I'm serious, because
it's a thankless
unfortunately,
job.
this money, well, not accounting, but accountability. Like, the money was going to one person, and that person was the only one that had access to the funds. There was never any update or information given about the funds.
Mhm.
At least take some kind of have multiple people on a bank account. Like, it's easy enough to open like a savings account. Like, if you're interested in doing this and it's going to take 3 or 4 years, open up a savings account, have 2 or 3 people on it, and have a spreadsheet, and like, just, have account, like, let everybody have access to it. You know, if you're not trying to do anything wrong, then having full transparency is the easiest way to make sure that it doesn't seem like you're doing anything wrong. You know what I
You
mean?
know what's weird for me? It's like I almost don't even wanna weigh in on that because,
Yeah.
uh well, it's weird because when you're fundraising the money that you have to do ahead of time, you're doing it for this unit, and then all of a sudden, 11 people of the 13 people were
Well,
like, "Hey,
that's the other
we're
thing.
going here." So, like you said, did they donate to that travel team, or did they
Correct.
donate to these people?
Correct. So that's the other part of it, is
That's wild.
you should have a contract. Like,
I want
everyone should be on
nothing to do with
contract.
this. My
It's
god.
I know. But
I
basically,
love drama. I want nothing to do with this.
so
Wow.
yeah, I mean, the answer to this is, okay, here's the deal. You are part of this team. If you choose to go somewhere else, the any funds that were raised for this team do not go with you.
Right.
If you are cut from this team or anything like that, and you choose another team, then at that point you should get
Sure.
a piece of the pie.
I
But
got
if you choose to leave,
I
it's on
I
you.
agree with that. I got cut from varsity lacrosse,
My
and
school never even had lacrosse. I didn't even really see any lacrosse until, I don't even know. It's huge down here,
oh,
though.
man, I was playing in middle school.
Huh.
I didn't have contacts back then, I didn't have any goggles. So, and you don't the glasses would break,
Uh,
so I was, like, looking terrible, in the things, but, we had to give our, like, end of season party money to the coach,
yeah.
and he's like, "If you guys wanna be on this team, we need this payment by then." But, it was awkward because it's like, "Oh, we just got cut, now we gotta go talk to the coach
Oh,
who
yeah.
cut us and say, 'Hey, can we get our money back that we had to give you?'" Like,
Yeah.
just fucking
No.
awkward. It's like
Yeah.
insult to injury, but
But you did go get it, right?
fuck yeah.
I was gonna say, you have
Fuck
every
that
right
guy.
to it.
Oh, yeah, no, but like you're saying, like, "Hey, I did it to be the team, well, the team didn't want me," then I get my money back. But
Yeah.
that thing's a little more complicated, but I know I that would make sense if they got cut. But if they just left, like, I probably gave money for a previous team, 1 year, and then I just quit, and I didn't even wanna go to the party. So, they kept that money, which is fine.
Yeah.
That was on me, right? So
Yeah. I agree. It's we'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure, but it's
Well, because then it could like damage the people that want to be there. I don't see any good answers.
there's no
Like,
good answers because it can damage our little league, even though our little league had nothing to do with it.
right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
yeah,
Right? And it's like now all of a sudden, okay, so if this person doesn't pay up, which they have agreed to, now what happens? Right? They're supposed to have the money
right.
on Friday. It's like, okay, what happens if they don't? Now, do you go like what's you know what I mean? Who knows? But
Yeah, never volunteer.
I mean,
That's
it'll
the
I'm
moral
sure
of the
it'll figure
story.
itself out. Well,
Don't
no,
steal Legos.
yeah,
Don't
don't steal
volunteer
Legos for
for
sure.
travel baseball.
Yeah, don't. I mean, travel baseball is, a lot of people don't like travel baseball. But yeah, my son likes it. He has fun with it. But good, we got a good team. I mean, you can get on some where it's like total chaos and just but the guys that coach this one, they're good guys and he has
Yeah,
fun. So
it
it's
just
all
if I
good.
was on the team and I was the kid and I did that, I'd want to honor the commitment and not take my talents to South Beach because it's
Yeah.
more convenient, right? LeBron?
Yeah, but I'm just wondering if the reason the 11 of 13 left was because they thought that the money was not going to be available. You know what I mean? Like, was that the,
That
you
doesn't
know,
make any sense, I don't think.
why?
If they're leaving because
Because
they thought the money was not available, then why are they
yeah,
asking for it?
because why? Because because it's due to them. But why continue to fund into something
It's
that's
due
going to
to the
be up to 30
organization.
grand?
It's not due to them.
What do you mean? They funded
The
it.
f
They were the ones that were doing the fundraising.
Yeah, they fundraised for the team, not themselves, right?
Okay, but so say they would have stayed and continued to fundraise, and now they're going to Cooper. Now they're supposed to be going to Cooperstown, and now instead of a small amount of money being gone, it's 30 grand being gone. Like
Yeah,
this is why
well,
they.
yeah, I don't have a kid in the game, so,
I don't either.
um, uh, just don't get involved. That's my thing.
uh,
Just start a Pinecast. 2 times award
yeah,
winning
don't do
Pinecast.
that either.
And we will be right back.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
I think everyone think we rugged. You know that?
Yeah.
Because apparently you didn't even know we didn't have one 2 weeks ago. Because I told you I was gonna
Yeah. No.
put the other one out.
Well, we had one. I thought we had one in the bank.
We did. Technically, we have 2. So we'll say so this will be the season finale,
All right.
and I'll get the other, I think it's episode 49 and 51. And this is episode 52. And 3 weeks ago, we did episode, 50. But before that
Okay.
was 48 because I planned to do
Oh.
I'm just all sorts of messed up.
So, all right. So we're finishing up season 4. A while back, I had teased about a poker night that I never told the story on. So, baseball friend had a poker night, and he does it over his house. I'd say 4 or 5 times a year. Good time, lot of just good people there. Probably about, I'd say 16 to 18 people. So he's got 2 pretty full tables going for a good chunk of the night. This was had to have been during March Madness, I think. That's how long ago this was. So anyway, we're over there playing, and the table, we start to like slim down a little bit. So there was, you draw cards to see who moves tables, and
Okay.
I drew the card, and I got to move the table, and I was like, oh, here we go. I know there's some fish over here, and it looks like they got some money in front of them. I was like, this is great. So I go over there and I'm sitting down and we're playing, and one of the biggest fish in the world is hammered, and just you're like, okay, like it's feeding time, right?
Sure.
So I'm like, let's go, here we go, dude. This guy starts up. He's like, I cut like I hadn't I was hearing him, but wasn't really paying attention to him while I was at the other table.
Okay.
But he was playing the game by not even looking at his cards. And
Was
he
this
just kept
Kevin?
no, Kevin would not do that in poker.
No,
But
but he
he kept saying, I haven't even looked at my cards. I haven't even looked at my cards. So basically every single round, it was like, say there's like 6 people at the table. There was like 5 of us that were basically betting against each other in order to play against the other guy who hadn't even looked at his cards, right? So effectively, you make a hand and then you go heads up against the other guy who's just going all in, like betting huge without even looking at his cards. And I'm telling you, dude, he just kept hitting everything, kept getting everything. It was crazy. There was there's one guy. He's got 3 of a kind, 3 10s. It was me. I had like ace jack, two pair, top 2. This guy had pair of 10s in his hand and he hits the 10. So he had trip 10s. And the other guy next to him had ace king. So he had top pair, top kicker. And so we're betting pretty big against each other. And this other guy's just keep staying right in without looking at his cards, right?
Yeah.
So now the action ends, flips it over, and my 2 pair, which I got ace and jacks, like top 2. I was like, I got this, right? Because the other guy, the guy that had ace king, was like, he's like, I don't think you have ace jack. And I was like, he was talking to the other guy. I was like, well, I know I do, in my head. So I thought I was taking it down. But anyway, so we play our cards, and I think I thought the trip 10s win. The guy's like, I haven't looked at my cards yet. He flips it over, flush on the river, takes the whole thing down, and like wipes out the guy.
Oof.
Dude, it happened time and time and time again. He just kept going. It was crazy. Like, we'd bet against each other, and then one guy would go against him, and then he would like river something. And I'm telling you, like, I've never seen anything like it. And when I'm telling you, he at least 10 times a hand, I haven't even looked at my cards yet. And then he'd be like, I swear, I haven't even looked at them yet. I swear, I haven't even looked at my cards yet. Oh my goodness, Mags. It was completely insane.
You know, it's funny. I looked up a clip popped in my head last night. It was if you're at the card table 30 minutes and you can't figure out who the sucker is, you are the sucker.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody at the table except that guy was the sucker that night, because he was just running hotter than I've ever seen anybody run in my life. And honestly, it probably wouldn't have mattered
if he doesn't look at the cards.
Yeah, but
Smart.
Here's the thing, though. The last time I played against him, it didn't matter that he was looking at the cards. He was playing the same way.
Yeah.
We're playing, and I forget what it was. It was like I had like queen 9 or something, and I hit a queen, and I was like, I got queens, and he flips over his hand. He's like, I got jacks and 7s, and I'm looking, and there's no jack or 7 on the board. He just had a jack and a 7 in his hand. It's like, what the? This guy is crazy. The first night I felt bad for him because he was just getting wiped out.
Yeah.
This night, and he's like, he kept on saying like, pleasure doing business with you as he's pulling all the money in
It's
after
like
not even looking at his cards.
It's like Daryl in Vegas. I told the story where he was drunk off his ass and he sat at the same blackjack table and he cost me every fucking time. But all his dumb plays, he wound up winning. Like, and when he's not supposed to, staying when he's not supposed to. And so I lost my lunch. He won a bunch, but he was so drunk he got kicked out. He put his head on the roulette table. Oh no!
His tooth.
His tooth. He took out his tooth. He's got one of those adjustable teeth. I guess you call them. And and so he got kicked out. So I cashed his chips in, and so he's like, "Oh man, I lost last night." I was like, "No, you didn't," because I'm an honest guy, right?
Yeah.
You guys would also disagree on that too.
No, I wouldn't say you're dishonest.
But but it's like he cost me. He got kicked out. I cashed in his chips, and then I gave him the money. Then all of a sudden, he's ready to there's no consequences for acting like an idiot, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
No, I get it. Um, I I'd be remiss in our last episode if we didn't talk about Theta at all.
Oof. What's that?
Now, a lot of people, it's like, oh man, how did the Vegas Golden Knights make the Stanley Cup playoffs? If you are one of
Well,
the
they're in the Stanley Cup
trolls,
finals.
that's what I mean. As I was, They- and it's like Theta's taking credit for it. Seems like so.
Yes.
It's
Their technology pr- propelled them.
they're they're chatbots. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Their chatbot told them how to draft years ago.
Yeah, especially before they had the chatbot.
Yeah,
If that makes
exactly.
sense.
Exactly.
I also find it funny. I was like going through some of the legal stuff, and I was like thinking about the AMA that Mitch had.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the rest of the boy. Oh, you didn't watch The Boys, right? It's really gory, but it's fucking. They finished it.
Never
A
heard
lot
of
of
it.
people fucking hated it. I thought it was fantastic, but uh, anyways, a lot of these so Theta did an AMA. They were like basically saying that like Jerry and Andrea are just trying to get the money, and they're legitimate business people trying to like do it, and it's a shame that they're trying to take advantage of the system and stuff. And they go, we're so transparent, and we want to get this resolved as soon as we can, but they're trying to do a change of venue, which we've talked about. Court stuff's all delayed.
Yeah.
They're fighting. They've been fighting Discovery, so doesn't seem like they're very transparent, and they're going to be vindicated. I mean, I would just comply with what the trial judge and attorneys say you need to do, and they say nope. Well, we're just going to fight everything. So I don't know how. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't seem very transparent.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's been no real updates on the lawsuits.
No, they're just fighting, they're trying to kick the can down the road on this stuff. So, because I guess Jerry and Andrea, they didn't work in Theta proper. They worked in Los Angeles County, so that's where they worked. That's where they filed the suit.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense to me. And these tech people, they want it where they think they would be more favorable because
They want it where they have the cops owned, right? Just like the Utah guy.
just like
Wait a
American
second. We don't
Forks.
own the cops over in LA. We only own them down here.
Right, exactly. So you get it. Man, that's such a better
Bring the
story
Legos down here.
that's such a better and more intriguing story than anything we got fucking suckered with JPEGs. And like I wish I had that much in Legos. Like not like instead of the crypto and JPEGs I got. You know what I mean?
Dude, I'm a little sore right now. We had a real cool Boba Fett Lego. It was like just like his helmet, kind of on a stand. And I've had it for years put together. Well, cleaning lady came through, and now all of a sudden it's in about 50 to 60 pieces. I have no desire to try to figure out how it goes back together. I'm so disappointed because that was probably the coolest Legos that I've ever put together because it just looked cool, and it was like a mantelpiece.
Oh, I think that sucks. It's funny. I remember.
I think that sucks too. Yeah.
No, it definitely sucks. But it was funny because like when Chief was talking about moving, he's got all the Star Wars stuff, but now he's getting back in. Now because of Theta, he has to work again, and and so now he has to like get like better work screens and compete like these huge curved fucking matrix screens and stuff like that because they got to buy sell
USS Enterprise
and so he can't have his like Star Wars Lego stuff around and his other Star Wars stuff. So
I mean that's professional enough.
I
Star
think
Wars
Legos?
Legos?
Yeah. I was I used to be a soldier in the United States Army of America, right? And I had the one of the 1-star was coming by, and he's like, Mags, what is this? And I had I think I told you the story, but I had all the Monster cereals I had like this shelf on top of my cubicle, and I put like I think I might have had 4 cereals like Fruit Brute, Count Chocula, Frankenberry. What's the ghost one? The blueberry one. Anyway, so I had them, and I was like, oh well, I was like, I like a nice healthy breakfast there, sir. And he's like, oh well, carry on. And then I got shit for that because I was eating my monster cereals.
Blueberry.
Blueberry. Duh, see, I knew it was blueberry. Blueberry.
Yeah,
That seemed like I should have just.
that's too easy.
That's
How did I
too
miss
easy.
that? Yeah,
Well, I always like to get fact checked by you.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, blueberry. But yeah. So I think we're gonna have to continue with season 5, mostly because they process payment on another year of L2.
We auto renewed.
It did.
Dang.
It did. Why can't I be smart like that Kyle Laffey?
Yeah.
Oh
Shut it
my
down.
God. I do need to get this video again about La Vida. There's some wild developments, I think, and it's all starts with getting that out there. But
well, maybe when you
yeah.
have some more time on your hands.
Yeah, it's it's a tough time of year, and then
Yes.
also Jordan and Medican
Medican.
coming up. I mean, swamped, but I didn't. It wasn't the worst thing. It
Swampy?
just
Shout
what's
out.
that?
Swampy. Shout out.
Swampy. Yeah, I saw. I don't know. Have you talked to Europe in a while?
No.
Yeah, it sounded like he DM'd
He
me on
called us a
Sunday.
rug.
He DM'd and was like, "Hey man, maybe you should just end it," or something like that.
Did he really?
Something to those tones.
I agree with him. For what it's worth.
I think we need to hang around to make sure that Mitch.
We need people on too. Those make it easier when people.
They
come on.
do. They do. You
Come
don't have
talk
the
to us.
Lego
We're so-
scandal of the century usually to talk about for 20 minutes.
I know. I can't wait to check that out after.
Once again, people listen to the show. Oh, can't wait to check out something more interesting.
Can't wait to. Yeah.
But it's the whole back to the whole Theta thing. It's just weird, seeing Passetti, Mom Spaghetti, Justin. It seems like he's getting paid to.
What? You guys are getting paid?
Yeah, exactly. Seems like he's promoting Theta more regularly. So I've heard. I don't need to watch your boys' content, but
I can honestly say I've never watched a second of anything
oh,
he's put
lucky
together.
you.
Yeah.
He did an acceptance speech for a Zilly because.
Oh well, I think I saw that because that was we were there.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We also won. Yeah, but like the whole crypto market, like even Bitcoin in general, not financial advice, but like I don't want much exposure to any of it, and luckily I don't, because it's all down the garbage chute. So, yeah. But no, we need to see this.
You feeling like that is actually really bullish.
Really? The mags, reverse mags or something? Yeah. Oh man. But I think I had a tweet the other day about your boy Mitch Liu. And there's just some, I don't know, I just see the reason why also I want to get the video out. Can I just say this, Popper?
Yeah.
The reason why I want to get the video out is because I want to release the documentation that I have, but I just don't want to put. Well, Mitch is a Canadian. Why did he fund? And I know I've talked about some of this with you on the show and off the show, but he was a founder for La Vida in Ali, in Singapore, and there's some CCP ties in money that they got from funding, and it's Yeah. Yeah. I'll just say, what would you think, Papa, right? So let's say that one of the big firms that has a validator node still
Mhm.
on Theta that Theta talks about.
Yeah.
Let's just call them DHVC. Okay?
Okay.
Dewan Capital. There is I don't know if you recall, but 2018, this big it was the security something. It was the 301 report. And it was talking about they had this like Made in China 2025 project. And so they funded all these tech companies and venture capital firms. They funded it. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say this VC firm stands up in 2013 and the mayor of Beijing shows up for the groundbreaking in Palo Alto.
Hmm.
Kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
Then all these years later, they get the money from that because DHVC really isn't running anymore. They got blacklisted because they were named in the 301 report because they took CCP money.
Oh boy.
Which Ali was a part of, which Ali and Mitch were part of Levita's original paperwork, which I have that. Ali, the Iranian, and Mitch Liu, the Canadian,
Oh
because
boy.
they have their citizenship status on there. I just don't know why you would found a company and say you're not part of the company, but you were on the paperwork that initially founded the company, right?
Yeah.
And then the other like intrigue thing is, have you ever heard of, apparently, Ali is an advisor for Theta, right?
Yes.
Apparently there's another advisor, and this person's big in the crypto, VR, DeFi space, fucking mouse pads, probably too. She's really big. Anyway, so she's Chinese. She worked for this firm that got blacklisted that signed Theta.
Huh.
Her name is Dovey Wan.
Uh-huh. Huh.
And she's also an advisor for Theta. So, and they were named because they were getting funded by the CCP. Mayor of Beijing showed up for the groundbreaking. That's in the 301 report. And then
Who's got some explaining to do?
the guy who founded it, Chinese dude, he mysteriously died 12 days, it was like 12 days after the report came out.
Oh, wow.
And then Ali rebranded it into fucking something else. But if you all notice, like they Theta list DHVC, but DHVC doesn't really exist anymore. So a lot of those people left, like Ali, and they founded Camford Capital.
Hmm.
But it's going to be covered in the videos. But I just I mean, once again, I think it goes back to that thing I was saying about like recognizing the sucker, and like there's all these Chinese ties, China Communist Party money involved. And these guys are like sucking the fucking teat off of Mitch because he's like a fucking reverse Homelander, and he just wants people sucking his teat when he's just a glorified bag man. So for the Communist Party of China, I mean, use your brain,
Wow.
people.
To be continued on that, huh?
Yeah, yeah, right. So. Tell me you're not intrigued. Maybe we
I
can
am.
compete. Maybe we can compete with the Lego Utah, please.
Wow.
Maybe.
That guy's got like 28 million views.
And he should have 28 million more.
2.8. My bad.
He should have a lot. He should have
Decimals are
28
never
million
mind.
more. But
Well, he's gonna have one more here pretty soon.
yeah. Well, you can drag your son in there, but it only counts one though.
I know, yeah.
But okay, Popper, we're gonna do season 5. It's gonna happen.
All right, you heard it here first.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time, Popper, and not
10
oversleeping.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Hey, I had a
You
rough
pulled
one.
the mag.
I had a rough weekend. A lot of time spent on the ball field. All good times though.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. Well, sorry, but we're back, and we're coming back again next year. So we'll see you then.
On the boards.
Possibly on the boards.
To be continued.
Adios.
have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a very nicely worded compliment on Twitter at JustAddSpam. Pops and Mags is a Scumbag Hat production
in association with Pam's Day Spa.